that I know who date outside their race, outside of our black race, were looked at as lames in the black community.
Yeah.
It wasn't a situation where it's like, okay, now I grew up aspiring to be with a white woman. What the story is typically I grew up, I was in my black neighborhood, I didn't fit in, the women didn't want me, I would shoot my shot, and they would curve me over and over and over again. But then when I went to talk to this white girl, she was vibing with me, and we just picked it up and then went from there. So now I date white women now. But it's not a situation where it's like, oh no, I was bred, I was taught since young, and oh no, I want to be the white woman. Black woman, hell no, I'm good. Now, when the same dude, that nerd who was lame in the neighborhood, you wasn't given no opportunity. Hell no, I don't want to go on no date. Just get away from me. Da, da, da. The same dude 15 years later is a multimillionaire. And now he's dating a white woman, and you looking at him like, oh, it's sold out.
Hoeing around all through your 20s. Stop hoeing around all through your 30s. You give your 20s to the street Negroes. You give your 30s to the pretty boys. They use you up, dog you out. Now you're in your 40s and nobody's jumping to marry your ass. And so now you're saying it ain't no good black men. No, no, no. There's plenty of good black men. The problem is you gave your best years to men who didn't deserve it. The problem is you gave your best years to men who didn't deserve it. And now you see your biological clock is ticking and your beauty clock. See, you got a biological clock. How long you can have those babies, and you got a beauty clock. How long you gonna be looking good? A biological clock. How long you gonna have them babies, and a beauty clock. How long you gonna be looking good? And guess what? When you hit those 40s, don't get me wrong, black don't crack, but everybody declines.
About not cooking, but it's like I'm not cooking because I'm working 12 hours a day.
Okay, so if you want to be taken on a date, you want to still be romantic. After we work long hours too, we supposed to just say, okay, we was busy and we had a long day?
What?
No, it doesn't work that way.
That's not the same thing.
Yes, it is.
That is not the same thing.
It is very similar. I'm telling you what I need from you, and you aren't providing it because you're too tired or you work long hours.
That's a big deal, though. Like, you want somebody to physically be in the mood to have sex. Going out to eat with somebody and going on a date after work versus being like, oh, I'm in the mood to have sex with this man after I've worked 12 hours a day and got the kids in bed are two different asks of somebody.
So I think those
are two different levels of what you're requiring.
Men and women. If you're my woman, I'm always in the mood to have sex.
That's because that's how y'all are wired.
It don't matter if I'm tired. It don't matter.
Y'all could be depressed and want to have sex. Y'all could be broke and want to have sex. Like, y'all are going to be horny.
You're my woman.
That's not going to change.
It's like, I want her to be this and make this amount of money. But the traits that she had to use to get to that place are not exactly what he's saying. So then y'all get upset with these women. Oh, they masculine. But then you're asking for a woman who utilizes masculine traits
absolutely.
to get where she needs to be.
Hold on.
You try to be nurturing and motherly and kind and trying to make over $200,000 a year.
You can't be a bad bitch.
Then you try to turn that off after 10 hours.
You can't. It's hard. It's hard.
I've met so many women with duality. I thought this was regular. These bitches make money and treat me like a king.
No, but so when I go out and I'm making this money and I got to make these deals and I'm talking business, then I talk business. I use my masculine, right?
Is it hard to flip, though?
But when you're talking to your man, you got to realize that's your man.
And
so this is
a lot of these women that you meeting that's doing that, they can't sustain that for the long term. They're doing that one day you're going to take something off of your day.
Husband is the head of the household. My husband is the man of the house. My husband makes the final decision. Yes, he allows me to do what I need to do, what I want to do. But if he decides that I don't need to do something, I don't do that. And not because he controls me or I'm weak or whatever. No, it's about I trust him. I trust that he has the power to make the right decision. And that's why I married him. If I didn't think that he could lead me the right way, he wouldn't be my husband. So I know there's a lot of independent women out there that don't need a man or whatever. But if you got a man, let him be a man. Because if you don't complain when he's not leading and he's not providing and he's not being the man that you won't allow him to be. Hear me.
And all of a sudden, the realization that the thing you care so much about is going to be gone, that can cause a serious adjustment in a man.
Okay.
And if you can do this without the internet and social media getting in it, you have a chance to end up with something greater than you had before.
If you make a guy feel less than a man, he's going to seek out someone who's going to make him feel more like a man.